Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. This is Stephanie O'Connell. This is Stephanie. This is Stephanie O'Connell. This is Stephanie O'Connell. And this is Stephanie O'Connell, founder of Positive Change Acceleration. I am excited to share with you one of my favorite topics is about energy and vibration and frequencies, and I think it's going to be highly relevant and very useful. So first, a little bit about my background. Over 30 years in corporate learning and development. Am now on my own, seeking to work with women directly as opposed to through a company, and help us all look to find our most authentic selves. Why authenticity? Well, one of the things that I have learned in much of my work is that when we are true to ourselves, when we are authentic and our thoughts and our feelings align with our actions, we experience peace, calm, joy, and that's what I want for all of us. And I will tell you personally, when I was out of authenticity as a leader in corporate America, and what I mean by that is I sometimes had to do certain things that in my heart of hearts was not my choice, not my decision, not something I wanted to do, but I did it as part of my role, and it felt out of alignment for me. And if you have enough of those situations piling up, we soon find ourselves straying from what really is our truth, what really is important to us. So this group is about seeking and finding that most authentic self in more facets of your life. How can we feel empowered? How can we take charge of our own situation? And I will tell you, there's probably 4 main areas that I always go to as things we can each take charge of for ourselves. We can take charge of our thoughts, our feelings, our body and our energy, and kind of our spirit, or how we are conveying our true essence to the world. How do you take yourself from a low vibrational energy to a higher one in a practical way? Because we don't always have time to maybe go do a meditation or a yoga practice or something that really does help us raise our vibration in the longer run. So I'm looking for like the quick tips of things you can do in the moment as you are experiencing a lower energetic state. First thing that I like to do is actually move your body somehow to shake up the energy. Because what's happening when you're in that energetic state is you need to get the energy to move and flow out of you, maybe beyond you, so that you are not stuck in that lower energetic state. So if I'm feeling that guilt or I'm feeling that anger, how can I get up and physically move? Sometimes it's just standing and taking a power pose. Sometimes if you can walk around a little bit, get that energy flowing. But I would also say, perhaps there are, you can have some fun with it. And I remember when my twins were younger, they're now teenagers. Sometimes, we'd have grumpy days or we'd have low energy days. And I would just say, okay, we're going to shake it off. We're going to shake off that grumpiness. We're just going to shake it off. And they started to giggle and they would wiggle their body all over the place. And the whole idea was we were going to shake this energy off. We were going to shake this low vibe off. We were going to raise our elevation or elevate our frequency and vibration, We were going to elevate it, and we did it by moving. I would also offer is sometimes just adjusting how you're sitting. And you may say, okay, but I'm on a conference call, I'm on a Zoom meeting, etc. Take yourself off video for 2 minutes at the most and allow yourself to get up, move, shake off that low vibration and see if you can get it to raise up. So that's one of the things I really do try, especially if I feel really stuck in a low energetic place. The next thing that I would also recommend that you think about is visualization, okay? So we have places in our lives or things that we just love to do. And it could be, maybe you love to hike out in the woods. Maybe you love to get out on a sailboat in the ocean. Maybe you love to meet a good friend at a coffee shop for coffee, etc. Start to visualize or imagine yourself doing that. And that power, and you can close your eyes if you want. That's when you may want to take yourself off video in the middle of a meeting. And really imagine that happy place, that happy activity that you just really love and enjoy. And notice as you start to visualize that, how that can bring the energy up from that lower part of the funnel. So definitely want you to think about that as a visualization. Some people like to visualize colors. So is there a particular color that helps you feel more energized? Maybe it's the yellow of sunshine and daisies and daffodils. Maybe one of your favorite colors is purple and you get really excited by that color and you can imagine purple violets, or maybe your favorite sweater is purple and you always feel great wearing it. Red, all these colors, whatever the color is that truly helps you lift your energy is something we want to think about. Next thing I'm going to go to, so we talked about move your body, we talked about visualize in your mind, happy places, happy situations. The next one is listen, and I will tell you that music or listening to something that you enjoy that is peaceful, maybe it could be out in nature, maybe it could be a bubbling brook, water moving, it could be your favorite music that really gets your toe tapping, or your favorite music that's really going to calm you down, especially if you're really riled up with anxiety or anger. But music is also sound, which is also a vibration, and it is a wonderful way to lift your vibration up if that's something that you're trying to do and can do in the moment, is to do that listening and see if you can just boost it up. So see what you can listen to, some form of a sound that is calming or energizing for you. And it really varies. This is where you need to be authentic to you. Some people say, oh, you're anxious, so you should listen to this white noise. Well, white noise doesn't work for me. It doesn't relax me. It doesn't help me feel any better. So this is about finding what's true for you. What is the sounds that as you listen to them, either calm you, maybe ground you, or get that energy up and pumping to raise your vibration. So I know I've been putting the music on a lot this week because there just seems to be still more uncertainty in what's going on in life, and I know that dose of those songs that really get me going is what I need. So that is something you can do in the moment. It's not always possible to put music on depending on where you are, but maybe you could try some of the other pieces. Sometimes I find when I'm waiting in line somewhere, I can stick some earbuds in and get a happy song playing for me, and so I want you to think about that as well. The other thing I want to think about is, how do you proactively keep your energy at a higher vibration? There's one thing, the things I just described are, you are finding yourself already in the low vibration. Maybe you woke up that way. Maybe you had an interaction that took you down vibrationally and it really felt, you felt heavy after that interaction, and so you didn't start that way, but by the end of the conversation, the meeting, the experience, you felt heavier. So those are the techniques we just shared. But how can you proactively keep your vibration at a higher level? And there are a couple of things that are go-to things. There's much research in the neuroscience areas, as well as just in general, around the power of gratitude. When we are in a state of gratitude, it lifts our vibration. And they've actually done this through neuroscience experiments. And so one of the things you can go to is have a regular practice of gratitude, whether that be you start your day and talk about the things you're grateful for, You can infuse it at meals. You can do it before you go to bed. I think that some people have journals where they just reflect on the day and talk about what they're grateful for. And I know Brene Brown, the researcher who I admire so much on her work on shame and guilt and vulnerability, talks about how gratitude is such a game changer as far as shifting your emotional state, your energetic vibration. And so if that isn't a practice you have right now, highly, highly recommend it. And especially in the moment when it feels like your world has turned completely upside down. Maybe you got upsetting news. Maybe what you had planned is not going to happen at all. I know this sounds a lot like 2020. What hasn't happened in 2020? When you can pause and get into a state of gratitude, that is what's going to help you lift your vibration. The other thing that I want to suggest is play. And I was thinking about this today, how far away I have gotten from playing in my own life. How things that I find fun, like swinging on a swing at a park, or sidewalk chalk drawing and leaving notes and images, blowing bubbles. These are just simple examples, but bring some playfulness into your life. Apparently we stop laughing as adults, or at least, let me invert it. Children laugh over 100 times a day was one of the things that I read. And sometimes as adults, we have to think back and go, have I laughed today? Have I even laughed today? And laughter, again, is wonderful, one, for your breath, for your energy, and it just keeps us all into perspective of, in and amongst the uncertainty, the tough times, there still is goodness in our days and in our lives. And so I just encourage you to find some playfulness, whatever that is. Maybe it's something you used to do as a kid, run barefoot in the grass. Maybe you rode your bike. Maybe you made up stories and put on plays. Maybe you did the sidewalk chalk. Whatever those things were, if they helped you feel playful and they were fun and they made you happy as a child, they probably still will. And bring them back in as you can. And I know not all of us are near a park with grass or trees and swing sets, but I'm sure you could, in your own circle, find some things that bring a little playfulness into it. I used to like to bake a lot, especially cookies, and that just made me super, super happy. I think I stopped doing it because I didn't want to eat all the cookies because I was watching my sugar. So someone suggested to me, well, give them away. Still bake the cookies. You enjoy baking the cookies, and then give them to your neighbor, or give them to someone else, but you still get the pleasure of doing the baking. But I maybe don't have the restraint to not eat those cookies. I think the other piece that's out there is any form of a mindfulness type practice. There's so much out there. There's apps and there's videos and websites, but I would like to broaden it and just say meditation in general, because there are many types. And I personally tried mindfulness and it did not work for me. I couldn't stop the chatter in my head. And then once I would start the chatter, then I would start to scold myself because I was talking in my head, and I'm not supposed to be talking in my head because it's mindfulness. You get the idea. Find whatever practice works for you. And for some people, their meditative practice is walking and really being present in their environment. Some, it is a movement meditation like a Tai Chi or a yoga. Some it's a sitting in stillness. Some it's going out into nature and being in the wonder of trees and plants and critters and birds. And that is their form of really slowing down the mind, being very present in your environment. And those are all great solutions to help you raise your vibration. Thank you so much. Bye for now.